Hi, how you doing? Justin here. This lick we're checking out today I called the Pass Major 9. It's kind of a Joe Pass style major ninth lick. It works over C, C major 7, C major 9, C major 13, C6 even, I guess. It's a very cool, very useful little one, and it's got a really interesting way that it shifts position, and again it can be broken down into little segments that are quite easy to use. So let's get to a close-up and check out how to play it. Okay, here's the lick a bit slower. Very nice little lick, this one. So we're starting off here with a C major 9 arpeggio. 3rd fret, 2nd finger on the 5th string. 1st finger, 2nd fret, 4th string. Little finger, 5th fret, 4th string. 3rd finger, 4th fret, 3rd string. And 2nd finger on the note D, which is the 9th, which is 3rd fret, 2nd string. That's the first thing. That's a really nice little sound to have over a C major 7th chord. Some of you might notice it contains a G major arpeggio. So it starts as a C major kind of arpeggio, and then it's got a G major arpeggio, G major triad. Anyway, that's the start. Then 3rd finger goes back to that note, the B, the 4th fret of the 3rd string, slides up 1 fret to C, lays over flat to get the 5th fret of the B string, and then we've got our 1st finger on the note G, which is the 3rd fret of the thinner string. Very nice little lick, that in position. But now if you want the kind of Joe Pass special, I love that bit. So he's slid from the 3rd fret up to the major 7th, which is the 7th fret, still with the 1st finger. Little finger down in the 10th fret, 2nd finger on the 8th fret, the root note C. Now we get this kind of outside note, which is the 3rd finger going in the 9th fret of the 2nd string. 1st finger back on the major 7th fret of the thinner string. Little finger, 2nd string, 10th fret. 2nd finger finishes off there with the 5th of the chord, which is the 8th fret of the 2nd string. Lovely little, I love it just finishing there too. Gives you that nice major 6 sound. Very cool. One more time, nice and slow. Notice too the rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So we've got that little pause there. After the slide. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. It's a good. Make sure you practice these, joining them up to other licks. Particularly, that's a real common little jazz phrase. So there we have our Joe Pass major ninth styly jazz lick. Remember, the big deal here is to break it apart into little bits. Make sure you find the essence or the seed of the lick and then try and make it up into your own licks. Also very important is that you put it into a context. Now, when you're doing this kind of major lick, it's a really good idea to just put like a little vamp on that one. I was just using C major 7 to a C major 6. Which incidentally is a great little chord changing exercise, but that's off the point. So it's a good idea just to make a little vamp and then to practice your kind of C major licks. But also a really good idea would be to put it into a tune. So, you know, if you're learning a song, well, I mean, in any jazz standard, you know, try and insert it when you get to that C major 7th chord. Rip that lick in, and then it'll flow into whatever the next chord is. You know, so it's important that you kind of practice using the licks. I know everyone likes to think that there's no such thing as licks, particularly in jazz, but you know, probably I think the clearest example for me of lick playing, which was unexpected, was John Coltrane's record of Giant Steps, which was just a mind-blowing record to me, and probably you, if you haven't heard it before, go and check it out, the song Giant Steps. If you can, get the album that has the alternate takes, because what you'll find is, and I transcribed that saxophone solo, took ages. It was well, probably the most difficult thing I've ever transcribed. And then when I heard this CD version quite a few years later, and there's an alternate solo, but it's the same licks in a different order, I was like, even John Coltrane uses licks. And since then, I've discovered that pretty much all of the jazz players use licks. They've all got licks that they use. There might be moments of inspiration where it's not a lick playing and it's just real natural and it really comes out. You know, but you only get to that point, I think, by learning lots of licks. And I'm not a very good jazz guitar player at all, so I still struggle to play over difficult changes. Songs like Giant Steps are a real struggle for me, you know. Probably the one guy who's not a lick player really is Miles Davis. I mean, he did have licks, but he used to play really free stuff too. I only mention that because I've got a huge poster of Miles Davis on the wall there, and he's looking at me going like this. I think he's telling me I should end the video and stop talking so much dribble. So I'm going to do just that. Take care of yourselves. Hope you enjoyed that lick, and see you for another one very soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.